And there we are. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is the Tuesday night trailer. CSHR Radio, live online, and everywhere else under this doggone sun now. So, I guess we have to behave or something.
Yeah.
Although the bottom of our screen is starting to look like some type of racing, like, just got like things scattered everywhere. Maybe we ought to put like JEGs and Moroso cams and like comp cams and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we're missing.
That's what go all out.
Sonico fuel, stuff like that.
We're gonna be a race car. We must go full throttle.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's see. Switch to CSHR Radio. I am not trying to be Howard Stern, by the way. My hair is too gray. Sorry.
I tell you what, you try to be Howard Stern with your fancy equipment and your deep boys, and you try to do that.
My fancy equipment. This guy spent like $200 one weekend at Guitar Center, and he's a podcaster now. Yeah. I mean, well, to be frank, that's about it. I mean, obviously, I have a lot more than that here, but I do maybe many more things than just podcasts.
Right.
So, there's that.
I mean, the whole thing is just so. I mean, we do know of people who used to spend like, what, 20 grand on equipment, and they couldn't even use it properly.
Didn't even know what half of it did. That was the best part of it. It was like $75,000 worth of equipment and didn't even know how most of it even turned on.
And every song he'd make came from this same old like 1980s Casio keyboard.
Yeah.
And you're like, all that money, and you have the same like generic ass demo music from like a Casio keyboard from the 80s. Like, way to go.
I mean, I was always waiting for that little, that little Casio sound in the background. It's like, Dude, what are you doing, dude? I mean, come on. Poor guy. I almost felt sorry for him. Notice I said almost. I don't want to say that too loud. That could be damaging to a reputation or something.
I don't know if he's still. I don't know what's he doing now. I don't know if he's still alive or not.
I don't know. The last I had seen that the whole Fox Charter Media thing was in danger of becoming a shambles.
Yeah.
And he was desperately begging people to donate $600 or more to keep him afloat, or something to that effect. And that was the last I've seen of him. I don't know if he died or became homeless after that. I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of disappeared after that. And with him, he took the DeLorean.
Yeah.
The DeLorean lives on in spirit.
You know what's the crazy part?
The whole thing? The crazy part, that would be the entire thing, wouldn't it?
Well,
I mean, I'm just...
Yeah, obviously. But, the craziest part is the guy grew up, as, a richie uppie, and he's living the life he's living now. It's like, damn.
And that's kind of rough. I mean, how do you go from, being rich to just broke? I don't get it. I mean, I understand, people make weird investments and stuff, but how do you just stop? I don't understand. I don't know. Anyway, that's just me. I don't get it.
I don't either. Like, man, I get it if, like, you don't make as much as your parents or something, and you're actually trying really hard. But I don't get it if you're just like, he's like, screw it, I don't care, I don't even care. I'm just gonna be lazy. It's like, okay.
I mean, that's almost kind of
I'll
how
check.
it was, because it was like either I'm going to do this or nothing at all. And then you
Yeah,
just kind of like shut the door on yourself.
yeah, it's terrible.
But I mean, it happens all the time. It's not
Yeah,
like it's a new thing.
it really isn't.
Sorry, I was looking for a phone charger.
The only difference is like,
Oh, Jesus.
yeah, I mean, that whole situation is just messed up.
I really don't understand it. And I probably never will. You know.
Oh, I understand it. It's still fucked up. It's a difference.
Okay, well then explain it to me, because I mean I was like completely lost during that whole thing. It was like 1 second he was one thing, and then the next second he was like hellfire and brimstone, and I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna eat your young, and all this other stuff. And it's like, dude, what the hell? And then the next thing he was like a child of a messenger of God, or I don't know. It was weird.
Oh yeah, those are just his mood swings.
Is he bipolar? Does he suffer from borderline personality disorder or something like that? Or
I don't know if he does or not, but all I know is he would always have those mood swings. Or one day he wants to build something great. The next he's like, get all. And the day after that, he's a messenger of God. It's just like
a messenger of God.
yeah.
In his delirium.
Jesus only had 12 disciples. How do you think I could get? It's like, oh my goodness. The whole thing was just lunacy.
It was creepy too, because remember we had
oh my God, that was hilarious. Are you thinking about that one show
where he just like freaking exploded, and it was like, what just happened?
Yeah.
Oh God, I'd have to go back. I'm pretty sure I could probably find it if I go dig back far enough on here on StreamYard. Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to find it. That was pretty scary.
Was hilarious. Like he was just rambling about like what's all his work and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, certain people on the show are saying, "Hey, shut the fuck up! You think you have experience? I'm the one. I have 20 years experience, and you have like 2, and you can't even make a song."
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That was the night I lost my shit. Yeah. For anybody who's wondering, if you're watching right now, what we're talking about. Yeah, that was the night I lost my mind.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was just a clusterfuck.
What gets me is that I'm looking at my desk right now, and I know what everything sounds like here, even with the dogs barking in the background, because I know you can hear it. That's the type of setup that I have here. Yeah. And I didn't spend as much as Joe Charter did on just the racks.
You know, that's the crazy part. He'd get like he tried to get all these big names on his show, and yet nothing came of it. Like absolutely nothing.
Well, I mean, when you have no content to present to these people, they're not going to want to be on your show. I mean, they don't give a shit about the following necessarily, because, I mean, a lot of them will go on shows just to jumpstart somebody's show. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure we could probably get Gary Busey on if I'd really tried. But really and truthfully, who wants Gary Busey on their show?
Not in 2023.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Buttered sausage and what's it doing? I mean, come on.
Know what year it is?
I don't think he knows what planet he's on. Well, I really don't.
I'm sure if we asked him about his latest project, he'd probably, well, I'm in this movie called The Rookie. Rookie of the Year with 12-year-old Henry Roland Gardner. I'm like, Gary, that was 30 years ago. What?
Did you see that video from his last interview?
Which one? Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh God, it was horrible. Hang on. It's bad. Hang on. Let me move some stuff around here. All right, so let's unmute this channel here. If you hear an explosion, just don't pay it no mind, okay? Here you go. Here's Gary Busey on a very tender subject within the United States. And I'm not going to say anything more than that, but here's Gary.
Let's talk about your Cable Ace Award.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
And that, my friends, is Gary Busey and what he's up to today.
Sad, really. He used to be such a good actor.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty bad. I almost kind of feel sorry for him.
Let's talk about your Cable Ace Award.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about butter.
I like this. I send a link out to someone and they go, what am I supposed to do? Am I like supposed to like help you or no? Speaking of buttered sausage, hey Robert, how are you today?
Well, yeah, no.
Robert, do you sometimes talk about buttered sausage and what it's doing? That's the growing question on everyone's mind this afternoon is, how about all that buttered sausage? Nope. Well, thank you for participating at least, Robert. Robert just goes, nope. Nothing else, just nope. Wow. Let's talk about that buttered sausage.
Buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
You see?
Well, no, Robert, that is different. Okay, I think anybody who knows anything about steak would put butter on it after it's cooked. Susie, I'm gonna say this on live right now on Facebook, just so you know that it's not that kind of deal. This is kind of like a podcast. You know. And I'm sorry for the dog in the background that was being spastic just now.
Buttered sausage.
Let's talk about that buttered sausage.
Yeah, he doesn't know where he is anymore. That's just. Neither does the the current president of the United States. But here we are.
Somebody in the comments underneath it goes, my boy Busey be rocking that brain damage.
Buttered sausage.
Buttered sausage.
Let's
talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage. Where
That's going to be like the sound bite for the rest of the year now. Thanks a lot, Gary. Thanks, Gary, for screwing up all of these podcasts now. Everybody's going to be talking about buttered assholes and sausages and shit. Thanks a lot, Gary.
Poor Gary.
Poor Gary.
You know
What
he should
happened
run
to
for
him?
president.
Wow, I mean, he'd probably be better off than Joe Biden anyway.
He should run for-
At least he wouldn't forget what the hell he was talking about in the middle of talking about it. We just wouldn't know what he was talking about. You know, he'd have his entire line of thinking all thought out, and it would all come out. We just wouldn't know what the hell it was about in the first place. That's the only difference. Whereas Joe, we kind of know what he's talking about when he starts, and then he just trails off into the unknown and never to return again. Yeah, the statement from the president today was, I'm telling you, there's no safer place than in my garage, and I think I left my socks on the table on the dresser over here. Okay. And he's gone. I mean, come on.
Look, I'll tell you, my verified. No, all those files are safe. They can't touch my in the garage. They can't steal my 60.
Well, they can't touch them in my garage. I keep my Corvette in there. Really?
I keep my Corvette in there. They keep it there. And yeah, they can't steal it. I'm like, that's like the most demented sentence in so many different ways. Like any fucking run-of-the-mill mechanic could hotwire a 67 Corvette. Any of them. Any run of them could do that. So I don't know what the heck he's talking about.
You think I'd let something happen in my car?
You know what's the crazy part about Biden? Everyone talked about like how Trump was gross for wanting to date his daughter, and how like Trump misplaced Zeke's father and all that stuff. And then you basically have Biden, who, according to his daughter's diary, is showering with his grown daughter.
Was she grown, or did I miss something? Did I miss that part? I think I missed that part.
It was in her
wait.
diary,
That was the Project Veritas stuff. Yeah. Now that
they made such a big deal about like her missing diary.
It's missing diary.
And they talk about how Trump is incompetent when Biden doesn't even know what he's saying half the time. It's like, what? I mean, you can't make this up. Then again, this is just political theater. I mean, this is at least since the 2000s.
Well, obviously.
They went from how like, oh, Bush, hey, the team company, and Democrats would complain about him for being inexperienced. And then the guy they would bring in 8 years later was up, down, up, down. A man with a funny last name has a place for him too. And I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And then of course,
that's kind of obvious. I mean,
and then, believe me, folks, it's absolutely wonderful. Cricket Hillary's getting locked up. Believe me. Ivanka, if she were single and I were her dad, I would date her. I actually would. And then you got like Joe Biden's like, yeah.
Could you imagine that couple?
Diary? Why is she telling people I showered with her?
Could you imagine that couple, Hillary and Donald?
I mean, the whole thing is a joke. And then 2024, now you got Obama Swami. Vivek Ramaswamy. Now, as for all you here tonight wondering what a skinny kid with a funny last name is doing in the center of the stage, this guy's plagiarizing Obama's fucking phrases. And he writes a book a year before comparing Trump to Stacey Abrams, calling him a sore loser, telling him Mike Pence was great for quote-unquote maintaining the election results. And then now he's like sucking up to the MAGA crowd. And the whole thing, I mean, he's such an Obama, like, just say whatever people want to hear at the time type of character. It's just gross. Up, down, up, down. I believe we should have single payer. 2 years later, I like Mitt Romney's health care plan.
Mitt Romney had a health care plan?
Yeah, it's the Affordable Care Act. So it's
Oh,
based
oh,
off his-
oh, oh, my bad. I
it's
forgot
based off
about
of his-
that. I mean, yeah.
We believe that Wall Street needs to be cleaned up. 2 years later, I'm going to sign the Bush tax cuts into law.
I'm going to sign the Bush tax cuts. Wait, hold on. We put the wrong last name on there. Put Obama. It doesn't
Yeah,
look
no,
good. It doesn't look
and then on the
good
other
enacting
side-
a previous president's idea.
Right. Yeah, because that's not a new thing. And on the other side, you have people like, I will not do anything to take away your guns. Second Amendment is very important because you never know. You never know if they act up, these judges. Second Amendment's very important. Believe me, folks, believe me. 2 years
No.
later, we've signed some very important legislation into law that increases gun control in this country. It's like they're both such hypocrites. That's why Robert Walker is yawning.
Malaysia Award.
Let's
in
talk about buttered
1987.
sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes
Sausage.
from. What it
Hey, Robert. You know what's so weird? We should do a poll. We should do a. God, we should do
a what?
How old do you think Robert Walker is?
49. Am I close?
You're pretty close.
49 years. Robert Walker, how old are you, sir? Should I find like the Jeopardy music or 29?
No,
Really?
It's not 29. No, it's not 29.
Of course you would guess 29.
He looks old enough to be my stepdad, Harsh.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah.
29.
No, he's actually 52 years old.
52?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that is younger than your doppelganger, Robert. I think. I'm not sure. I don't have that background on this.
I'll load it up later. It was the funniest thing. I remember one time we used to make memes of Robert Walker being Barry Manilow, right? And then all of a sudden I posted a gif of Barry Manilow, and it was like, why are you posting a meme of Robert? I'm like, that's not Robert. That's just a gif of Barry Manilow dancing.
It was
I was
actually
like, what?
actually Barry Manilow. And
Yeah.
it just so happened to look like Robert.
It's like, yeah, that's so similar. The funniest stories when he was telling me about like how it looked like Bronson Pinchot from Perfect Strangers. And
No,
I'm like,
no. Barry Manilow.
I'm not white enough for that. Sorry. And then if I had like your skin color, maybe. But anyway, and then what ended up happening is he was telling like, well, I got really, some guy on a cruise back in the day said I look like a young Barry Manilow. I want to kick his ass. And I'm just saying, like, not everyone likes these comparisons. I'm like, I know that's true. And then I was like, Robert, we do need to talk. You do
Robert,
look like Barry
it's not. No, not Bronson.
Of course, no, don't be ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, I have a soundboard now, and I can
That's
call up
awesome.
stuff at random.
We need to have a soundboard just impersonate like our favorite idiots.
Like Harry Carey.
Bye big
Harry, let's see if I can find something in here. Carey.
What's your name, young man?
I'll be damned. There you go.
Carry back at Wrigley Field. Well, she wasn't in the right field bleacher yesterday, Arnie. Well, some of the lovely sights you see at Wrigley Field. Arnie, you trying to get me barred?
Some of the lovely sights you see out here at Wrigley Field. I think that woman out there to the right popped a tit out of her shirt just now. I think she just popped a tit out just real quick, and I saw a little bit of nipple action there. That's right. I saw it right through there. Carry a Wrigley.
There was more nipple action in the bleachers than there was in the batter's box.
Jesus Christ.
That began to look like a striptease for a while. Bobby Dernier.
Bobby Dernier. Jesus.
I'm gonna I'm gonna be very angry at myself for doing this later. But I have to ask you. Can you search Hawk Harrelson on the soundboard?
Hawk Harrelson? Yes, I can. Hawk.
You're gonna find even more fucked up things.
Let's see. Here you go. I found one.
15 of 16 they have retired. That ball hit deep. Way back. Maxwell at the wall jumps. What is it? You can put it safe. You can put it on the board or what? Anyway, he's coming around. You can put it on the board. Yes. Home run. There was no call late. And the Sox lead it 4-3.
Jeez. That's when you knew he had to retire. It's like, Hawk.
That is one fence I don't believe you can get over. And Maxwell didn't. So this is a curveball down. Connor Gillespie hitting his 11th home run of the year. That ball's out of the park.
Let's see what else.
All right. You have the one with him and Mark Wagner, because that was a funny one. Actually, no, not him and Wagner. Him and Dominicans. Like, Dominican baseball player.
Let's see. I might have that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Stone Pony. These Dominican players, they come here and they're able to just do whatever they want because they're cheaper and they're better. And Cuban ball players, like.
I don't have that, but this ought to be a good one, too.
We got him big. That ball hit deep. That ball way back. Stretch. He jumps and makes the catch. No. Through the count. That ball hit high and deep. Way back. And he's not quite out of here. Dad, give it.
Dad, come in.
Mercy.
Damn, go it.
Pops him up. Gillespie. And now Beckham. And we find another way. Yet another way. That's hard to believe.
Jesus. This poor guy here.
All right. I'd say Bob, maybe get some Harry Doyle or Bob Uecker on there, but yeah, I think that's enough baseball for one day.
I'm just looking through. Here you go.
The bloopers, and in some cases, how to pronounce their names.
From Kazinker to Cooper Longneck. It ends with a K and starts with a G. Everybody's getting it right up here but Harry Carey. Grudzelanek.
Okay.
Mark
Are
Grudzelanek.
you sure?
I'm pretty sure. You know, Harry Carey tried to say it backwards the last year, and that was kind of funny.
Kanalizerg. Keleizerdurg.
And I don't think for the first time it's ever been said right or spelled right.
Mark Grudzelanek.
And then he hits it out to the left field at the Wrigley Stadium. We're at the 31-minute mark. I'm tired. You see, this would be our normal quitting time if Harsh was ever on time in the first place. But here at CSHR Radio, we don't know what time is.
No. Well, maybe if certain people, didn't tell me at the last minute they were going to try a new program.
Yeah, I know. That's the fun part of this. It looks better.
I actually do like this program a lot better.
This is better. I mean, it's more stable. It's not like floating all over the place like Zoom used to like to do.
Yeah, Zoom is terrible. I actually get angry thinking about Zoom.
Why? Was it that bad? Wow.
I mean, it's just awful. It's just such a generic and it reminds me of Joe. It reminds me of Joe Charter.
How does a streaming company remind you? That is like hard. Zoom, if you're watching right now, you're reminded of like the most mediocre podcaster on the planet. Like someone who literally live streams to himself. You know, I always wondered if he did that, like start a live stream and just like watch it and like look at himself on the screen, be like, yeah, one sexy bastard, yeah.
Oh, I remember
that's a scary thought now.
Yeah, I remember one time he did when he was on a part of the page, he did like a shirtless live stream. Talking about, hey, check out my guns. For all of you who want to come on, check out my live stream later tonight. I'm just like,
Martha, I think one of the chickens got loose again. Go look outside. I think it's not. No, that was just oh boy, live streaming. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yes. Jesus. Why? Why would he be shirtless and on a live stream? I mean, I can understand if you're like a bodybuilder and you're like lifting weights for your live stream or whatever. You know, well, I mean, that's to me is stupid too, because what other jackass would want to watch somebody else lift weights? But, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
What is that? What is that?
What is what? What is what? What is this?
Uh-oh. You want to take us out, Harsh, or what?
All right. Well, if everyone is tired and passed out, ready to go, this has been another edition of CSHR Radio. We thank the oldest looking 43-year-old of all time, Scott Sonnier, for joining us and holding on the ones and twos.
44, goddammit.
44. Thanks for being nice. Anyway. So we thank him for holding down the ones and twos and doing all the actual work. This is Harsh Midside, and I love you. That life is harsh, promise to live it. And sometimes you have to color outside the lines. And honk if you're clumsy. Take care and have a great rest of your evening. And tune in, you know what? Tune in about 10-15 minutes when I do a monologue on the pages. Just rambling about random happenings. See y'all. Have a great rest of your night.